Okay, so last time I done a video here in Galax, it was, I said, going toward North Carolina. Right here's Hortons, if you remember that. I turned right here and said bye to everybody. The little girl says good morning. She turned around and looked at everybody. So now we're going to go on a little misty rain this morning, pardon the wipers. But this is going out of Galax and going on toward the Blue Ridge Parkway. Now, I've done a Blue Ridge Parkway video, and I cut off the very first part of it. I didn't cut it off, I just apparently didn't know what I was doing. Nevertheless, I'm going to take this and go back up to the Cumberland Knob part of the Blue Ridge Parkway. And then those two videos will splice together nicely. They'll be in two separate places. I'll try to rename them, maybe Galax to Blue Ridge Parkway Part 1 and Blue Ridge Parkway Part 2. That way you'll know how these work together. But anyhow, we're coming through here. We're still in Galax technically. Galligan's Garage over here on the left. We've got the McMillan Ministries Church on the right. Used to be Hillcrest Baptist Church. Now Hillcrest has moved up in here to the old Lowe's Foods and CVS building. So we're coming on through. Here is the end of Galax. I got a very little sign there that says, "Welcome to Galax, home of the Old Time Fiddlers Convention." I forget what annual this is. I think it's going to be 83. I'll have to look it up, but didn't have it last year due to the coronavirus. Didn't want that many people gathered together in a little small area. So over here's the Tasty Freeze on their left. It's a good little place to eat, car hop. You pull in and get your food, and you can eat it there, you can take it home, whichever you prefer. Since Corona, it's got business has really picked up for it. And there's a fine Blue Ridge Parkway 4, Mount Airy 27, and Winston-Salem 65 miles. And this is Highway 89. And it runs all the way into Mount Airy, past Mount Airy. And there's an 89 west. You can take it across and come back out on 52. But most people just go 52 now. Ain't no sense in taking that road that way when 52 is a nicer road. And we're coming through here. This is the Fairview community. Fairview School's on the road. We won't see it from the road, but the little road that we just passed to turn to the left there makes a little loop and comes back out on 89. And of course a lot of back roads out through there too. As you can see, it's a cloudy, kind of rainy day. It's Memorial Day weekend. This is May 29th. Here's a nice building for sale. Two buildings there together. They've been looking for somebody to come in there and put something in. There used to be a clothing store there at one time. Pardon, I'm bouncing around this morning. But it's been vacant for a pretty good while. Might be a real deal for somebody looking for a place to open up a little business. Speed limit on this road is 55. I'm doing every bit of it. See? And this is just a normal little boring drive, so I'm gonna hush for a little bit and just let you take in the view.
From Sirius XM, this is the Gospel Train on Bluegrass Junction.
DNR variety auction here. They have auctions on, I believe it's Friday nights. Just a lot of different things that they auction off there. You never exactly know what they're going to auction, but you know how that is. You may go sometime and find absolutely nothing. Here's the other end of Fairview Road. Come out there, and Fairview School's back that way. And we're coming up now on the Fairview Church. Pretty good sized little church there. And the Edmonds Road on your right. And Blue Ridge Parkway sign ahead. So I'm just going to turn there. We're going to go up to Cumberland Knob and go through the Cumberland Knob drive there. Now you can go on down here and turn right. There's a lot of different ways to get to the parkway right in this area, but we're going to use this first exit here because it's got, you see that bridge there. We'll go under the road here in a second. Well, I think I said in my last video they don't do much mowing anymore. Well, they're actually out here mowing a little bit this week. So, but they only mow a couple of swipes. And this is where I was trying to start our video last week. Blue Ridge Music Center is out to your left. I'm not going out that way today. You got north and south. We're going south. Park Watch for emergencies. Call 1-800-PARK-WATCH. All right, and we'll go south. And that little thing with the red light on top is the during the winter months, the parkway's closed. A beautiful bridge here. They close it with its snow, fog, ice, different things. You know, it's a scenic drive, so they don't come scrape it or anything like that. So if it's raining, well, I mean, if it's snowing or icing, you go out the parkway on your own risk. If you have a wreck on the parkway, your insurance will not pay because this road is closed. There are a lot of deer on this road, turkeys, have seen some bear on it. That's pretty much everything else is small wildlife, rabbits, squirrels. There used to be, you'd see a lot of mountain lions, but I haven't seen any mountain lions on this in a long time. And I think I maybe got my video actually started somewhere right in here after I realized that I wasn't videoing last time, so we should be pretty close to caught up. And we're getting ready to enter into North Carolina. And right here is the North Carolina state line with the nice wooden sign. I like those. I wish they hadn't got rid of so many of them. Says I need the sunshine. I can't dance as good because I have no sunshine to dance with. And right here is where the parkway officially started many moons ago. I can't remember the date, 35, 25, something like that. And they started making the parkway. And of course, I believe I said mileage last week. It's 469 miles, I believe, is the total on the parkway. So we're kind of in the middle, but a little bit more toward the Shenandoah Valley side. And here's Cumberland Knob picnic area. And I'm just going to turn left and make the drive through here. I didn't do that on the last video, so have a little time this morning before church, so we'll go that way. And the gate is open. And let me stop and give this sign a look here. They open at 8 a.m. and close at 9 p.m. But usually in the summertime, they leave this gate open. And they have a little place to throw your trash away from your picnic and whatnot. And you go this way real quick. There's little pull-offs up through here where you can get out and little picnic tables set up. Cement picnic tables, they're very tough. The comfort station, we call them bathrooms or outhouses, but comfort station is what the parkway give them a name. Another little picnic table down in there. A bunch of little parking spaces around here. And like I said, picnic tables all up in there. It's a good little place. Bring you a little charcoal grill or a little hibachi grill and grill out. Or just make you some sandwiches. There is no camping here. This is just for picnicking. I do believe if you try to camp here, they will kindly ask you to move along. There is camping along the parkway. Downton Park has a campground on both sides of the parkway, and there's a lot of other places. And this is where we came in. Back down there's the gate, and then we'll make a little turn here and go back to the other part of Cumberland Knob, which is just basically taking you back to the parkway. A lot of parking spaces here. Again, comfort station. There's a ranger station up there. It's open sometimes. They give some information. Used to get the parkway maps there. I haven't seen as many parkway maps. There's another dumpster for this other trash. And then you got this big open field. And we might just step out real quick and take a walk to the top of the steps and step out here real quick and just have us a quick little look around. Get a shot of the ranger station. Here's this steps. Wheelchair access, you would have to come in over close to the ranger station. You can come up the bank here, but it's a little incline. And like I said, you got this big open field. We played baseball here, football. Of course, you have picnic tables here. They have grills. You just bring your charcoal, or you can bring your own grill if you prefer. And another picnic table over that way. And right there is one of the trails. You go up through there and it goes into the woods. It makes a big loop around. I'm not walking the trail today. I'm too old and sorry. I'll come up to this sign. There's a sign here that tells a little more. I'll try to linger on them a few seconds to give you time to pause it so you can read it. Living near the parkway. And I'll hold right there a little bit. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. If you're like me, you got to have a big TV so you can see. And then here's another reading, One Family Story, Melvin Phelps. And then a picture of the Ranger's patrol car. It says many local residents went to work for the National Park Service on the Blue Ridge Parkway as maintenance and administrative staff, as well as park rangers. And then here's a different houses and a map of what they decided to do. All right, I hope I left enough time for you to pause. There's a cemetery over here. Now, I haven't been in that cemetery in a long time, but we'll go take a gander at it here in just a second. I'll let you have a sneak peek there. And then here's a sign about Parkway cemeteries. More than 75 cemeteries lie within the boundaries of the Blue Ridge Parkway. Some are maintained by the park, others are cared for by the families of the people buried there. These people made their homes in these mountains long before the parkway was built. Each cemetery tells its own story of a Blue Ridge family. And Moxley Cemetery at Cumberland Knob. This is the Moxley Cemetery. And again, I'm trying to go slow enough so you have time to pause and read what it says. And then there's a picture of different cemeteries. It's not a picture of this one. And then we'll step on up. I'm not going into the cemetery. You have to step over the fence. And here's a Cumberland Knob Cemetery. There are 19 graves in this small family cemetery dating from 1908 to 1960. Among those buried here are 4 infants and 16-year-old Rebecca Smith Moxley. In 1908, Rebecca Smith Moxley asked Pack Murphy, owner of the land, for permission to be buried here under an old apple tree. Rebecca, expecting the birth of her child, believed she would not live after the baby was born. Mr. Murphy, not believing she would die so soon, agreed to her request. Rebecca gave birth to her son, Johnny Edgar Moxley, a few weeks later. Rebecca Moxley died. So she had a little insight there, and there's some of the old stones, and some people have decorated. Again, you have to remember this was a long time ago. And then here's the Cumberland Knob, the Parkway's first recreation area. Try to get all that in there. There we go. Give you time to pause and read if you'd like to. And then we have segregation in the early days of the Blue Ridge Parkway. Again, I'll try to give a little time, pause, and then I'll scroll on down. And there's a couple of pictures here of people who've been picnicking. And then the sign says window service, which we'll go over here to the building in just a second. And here's a close-up of the sign, picnics and comfort station, and the moss growing on it.
What's that? Mushroom? Yep, mushroom.
All right, and then here's the, where the sign said window service back there. We'll come around here and just give you a little look. It says Cumberland Knob Trails. Here's a map of the trails. There's a sign over here. In a minute I'll go to them for the names of the trails. And no picnicking in shelter, please. Well, I've been up here and it started pouring rain, so we come under the shelter and finished our meal because it was pouring rain. And I don't know if we can see much inside, but it looks like they don't use this much anymore. Nothing on the shelves.
Door's closed. You can't open it.
Looks like maybe some storage is about all they're doing in there. Beautiful rock. They have weddings here. Warning, U.S. government property, do not deface. And so far, I don't see much graffiti here. That's good.
That maybe not.
Here's a map of the whole parkway. They used to give them out here, but here's the other part of the map. And the sign that was there in the middle is just the Park Watch sign. Gives you the phone number where to call for emergencies. They used to have parkway maps here too. Sorry, I move the camera face sometimes because my mind goes, oh, look, there's something.
There's not much graffiti, but there sure is a lot of carving.
Yeah, now they have done a lot of carving in the wood here.
Over there, you can see most of it.
going across real fast, but there's been a lot of fade on it too. But here's you can see people's took a knife or a rock or something and wanted to leave their mark, I guess, but it'd be a lot nicer if they wouldn't do that, but to each their own, I suppose. If they get caught, they've got a good size fine coming on them, I do know that. And here is the Cumberland Knob Trail sign. The Cumberland Knob Trail, it says it's a 2-hour walk by circular trail along Gully Creek to Cumberland Knob. Cumberland Knob in return, 20 minutes. So the 2-hour walk is to the left. The trail starts right there. And if you want the 20-minute walk up to Cumberland Knob in return, you go right through there. That just makes a loop and comes out at the first part of the trail at where we started out at, where we come up at. And there's a couple more signs over here. We're going to go have a look at them. And they want you to know where the comfort station's at. Now there's a sign. Over there was a sign that said the comfort station. They've got them down at the road. They want you to know where to go to the bathroom. That's good. All right, Cumberland Knob sign. Elevation 2,885 feet, constructed by Civilian Conservation Corps, labor in 1937. This was the first recreational department on the Blue Ridge Parkway. Elevation here, 2,737 feet. When you walk up to the top of Cumberland Knob at the trail, that's where you're at the 2,885 feet. And North Carolina, Virginia Historic Civil Engineering Landmark. American Society of Civil Engineers, founded 1852. Blue Ridge Parkway, construction started September 11th, 1935. I said 35 or 25, so it's 35. Designated by the North Carolina and Virginia sections, ASCE, I don't know what that means. September the 11th, 1985 is when this sign and the historic civil engineer landmark was placed here. And then here you have the American Society of Landscapes Architects, founded 1899. Blue Ridge Parkway, in recognition of the achievements by many landscape architects who, with the National Park Service, helped plan, design, and build the Blue Ridge Parkway to preserve the beauty of the Appalachian region for the pleasure of the people of the United States. Presented on the golden anniversary of the Parkway by the American Society of Landscape Architects, September 11th, 1985. And again, comfort station, just in case you don't know where it's at. There's a couple more signs down here, and it goes down there and tells you where the men's and women's is at. I'll zoom, I'm not going to walk down there. Men, women, and Gully Creek. All right. They've got all kinds of little trails around here, just different places to get from the parking lot to the comfort station. The picturesque, the pastoral, and the sublime. And I'll let you read that. If you want to hit your pause button and give it a read. And then there's another part you can read. And here's tells about the images I'm getting ready to show. There's one. Then there's an older one. Alright, and coming on through, there's a few more signs down here. The boy, he's looking ahead. I'll give you a few minutes to pause on that. And then that one. And a couple of the pictures that's on the board here. And then a map layout. There's a lot of little writing on that.
See that?
There's the okay.
And then this right here.
We got 2 more signs. Here's a Who Built the Parkway. And again, try to give you time to pause and look at it. Good morning, how y'all?
Good morning.
Impromptu rainstorm. Wind.
Rainstorm, wind, same thing.
And some pictures there of the way things were. Back off to the bigger picture. And then a picture with some writing there. That came in pretty good. Give you time to pause. That's talking about the Galax Viaduct. It took a long time. I can remember when I was little. Actually, I don't think it was done until 1987. I can remember riding the parkway, and then you had to get off the parkway and go around the parkway to get to the other part of the parkway to get on to the Smoky Mountains, or the Cherokee and Smoky Mountains. So it's a historic opportunity there. And here's a copy of the Mount Airy News. The start of construction on the Blue Ridge Parkway is headline news in the September 19, 1935 Mount Airy News. Y'all thought I knowed something, I just read it. And this I'm gonna have to turn sideways to see if I can get it all. Well, let me just go down it like a scroll. That way it gets the words bigger. Like I said, you can pause and read.
Take your question.
It's more. Okay. Like I said, at any time you can pause and get a better idea. And there's a Cumberland Knob picnic area sign. And in case you was wondering, they do have comfort stations. And these are all the old wooden signs, which I really like, the old wooden signs. And here's some of the old rail fencing. Sometime I'd like to get up to, Lord, I forgot the name of it. Anyhow, it's along the parkway, and they got different styles of rail fencing that was used in the Appalachian Mountains in the early years. Don't know why the name of that place is escaping me this morning. Having a senior moment. But nevertheless, beautiful little picnic area. You can bring kids here and let them run, because you can sit at a picnic table and watch them run all day long if you like. And here's some, we're going to make our own path up to the picnic table because we're not going to walk around.
There's another
And
trail down there.
back to the car.
There's another trail down there. So I take it.
And so I guess I'll say for now that that's pretty much it for Cumberland Knob. There's walking trails. I'm not walking it that much this morning. And we're back to the car in Hula Girl. So I hope everyone has a good day, and I'm done.